You think you're a night owl. You've believed that your whole life, but that's not what's actually happening. You stay up until 3, 4, sometimes 5 in the morning. Not because you can't sleep, because something in you doesn't want to, and you've never fully questioned why. Here's what nobody told you. Late night isn't when you finally get productive. It's when you finally get safe. Think about that for a second. You notice it, but you don't name it. You stay up compulsively. You get a second wind the moment the house goes quiet. Your shoulders drop. Your jaw unclenches. You didn't even know they were tight. That's not a sleep disorder. That's a learned response. You scroll longer at night. You're more yourself at night. You make plans, think clearly, finally breathe at night. And then you hate yourself in the morning. You've blamed your circadian rhythm. You've blamed your phone. You've blamed your discipline. None of those are the real answer. Here's what's actually going on. When you grow up in an environment where you couldn't predict how people would respond to you, a critical parent, an unstable household, a space where your presence itself caused tension, your nervous system did what it was designed to do. It found the window, the hours when no one was watching, when no one would knock, when no one needed something from you, when you could finally exist without consequence. That window was the night, and your brain encoded it as relief, not just preference, relief. So now, decades later, in a house that might be entirely safe, in a life that is yours, your body still chases that window. You don't stay up because you're irresponsible. You stay up because your nervous system is still trying to protect you from a threat that no longer exists. This is called a conditioned safety response, and it runs in the background of your life like code you never wrote. And here's where it gets darker. This pattern doesn't just live in your sleep schedule. It lives everywhere. You do your best work when no one is watching. You open up more over text than in person. You delay starting things until the house is quiet or the world is asleep. You feel vaguely on edge during the day. Not anxious, exactly. Just not fully relaxed. And you can't explain why. Because the daytime is still associated, somewhere deep in your system, with exposure, with being seen, with needing to perform, manage, deflect, or disappear. Night became the place where you could drop the act. Now watch how this plays out across your life. In your closest relationships, you're more honest at midnight than at noon. The real conversations happen after everyone else has gone to sleep. You send the text you've been drafting since Tuesday at 2 a.m. At work, you procrastinate all day and then get a strange burst of productivity after 10 p.m. Not because the night is better for thinking, because your nervous system doesn't release you until the daytime threat cycle ends. With yourself, you journal at night, you process at night, you make decisions at night, and then the morning comes and you feel like a different, lesser person, slower, heavier, slightly afraid of the day. This is the same mechanism. 3 different contexts, 1 root, and this is the part most people never reach. The pattern becomes self-reinforcing. The worse your sleep, the more dysregulated your nervous system. The more dysregulated, the harder the day feels. The harder the day feels, the more desperately you need that nighttime window. You don't have a sleep problem. You have a safety problem that expresses itself through sleep. And no sleep hygiene routine fixes a safety problem. So what do you actually do with this? First, stop moralizing your sleep pattern. You are not lazy. You are not broken. You are not someone who lacks willpower. You are someone whose nervous system found a solution to a real problem. It just kept running the solution long after the problem ended. Second, start deliberately creating safety windows during the day. This is harder than it sounds. 5 minutes alone, with the door closed, with no obligation to anyone. Not productive time. Safe time. Your system needs to learn that the day can hold that too. Third, notice the moment your body releases. When does the tension drop during the day? Is it when your partner leaves the room? When a meeting ends? When you close a tab? That moment of release, that's the data. That's your nervous system telling you where it still feels watched. But here's the thing you need to understand. These 3 shifts won't resolve this. They'll start it. Because the deeper layer, the reason your body learned to hide in the first place, that's a longer conversation, one most people avoid entirely. Most people will reframe this as a productivity hack. Change their sleep schedule. Buy a sunrise alarm clock.